Disney's Frozen introduced us to Kristoff, a rugged yet lovable ice harvester who was raised by a family of trolls. Unlike Anna and Elsa, whose backstory is well documented, Kristoff's origins remain a mystery. How did he end up with the trolls? Why don't we see any other humans raised by them? Is there a deeper reason behind his unique upbringing? While the films provide some clues, they leave much to speculation. In this deep dive, we will explore the real reason Kristoff was the only human raised by trolls, using evidence from the Frozen films, official Disney materials, and logical interpretations based on what we know about Arendelle's world. A boy among ice harvesters. To understand Kristoff's unusual origins, we must first look at his earliest known appearance in the film. The opening sequence of Frozen introduces him as a small boy, working alongside ice harvesters in a frozen Nordic landscape. He wears similar clothing to the men and attempts to mimic their ice-cutting techniques. But something feels different. Unlike the strong, experienced workers, Kristoff is noticeably alone, using a tiny sled instead of the larger equipment the others have. There is no indication that he belongs to any of the ice harvesters. None of them acknowledge him, nor do they treat him like an apprentice or a son. They don't even glance in his direction. Instead, he lags behind, struggling to keep up, as if he's merely tagging along rather than being part of their community. This detail raises an important question. Why is such a young boy, barely old enough to take care of himself, wandering around the ice fields without an adult figure guiding him? His only companion is Sven, a small reindeer calf who appears just as out of place. Kristoff seems inseparable from Sven, already treating him like a lifelong friend rather than a pet. Their bond is so strong that it suggests they have been alone together for some time, relying on each other for survival. The setting and culture of Arendelle suggest that Kristoff could have been an orphan or a runaway. Historically, in real-world Scandinavian societies, ice harvesting was a physically demanding trade dominated by adult men. Young boys would sometimes learn the craft, but they were typically apprenticed under family members or guardians. The absence of any such connection for Kristoff suggests that he was either on his own by choice or circumstance. This first scene provides subtle but crucial context. If Kristoff had a family, they should have been present. If he was an apprentice, someone should have been watching over him. The fact that neither is true indicates that he had no home to return to, making it all the more understandable why he would later find a new family among the trolls. Now that we've established that Kristoff was alone even before meeting the trolls, the next chapter will explore the fateful night that changed the course of his life forever. The night Kristoff met the trolls. The mystery deepens when Kristoff and Sven stumble upon a magical event that changes their lives forever. This pivotal moment occurs when young Anna is taken to the Valley of the Living Rock to be healed by Grandpappy after Elsa accidentally strikes her with ice magic. The scene unfolds under the cover of night, with the trolls emerging from their rock-like camouflage in a display of their mystical abilities. Kristoff and Sven, small and curious, have secretly followed the royal party into the valley. The film never explains how they found their way there, or why they were bold enough to sneak into a place that most humans don't seem to know about. But whatever drew them in, it turns out to be life-changing. The trolls instantly take an interest in Kristoff. Rather than reacting with caution, they warmly embrace him, with one female troll affectionately calling him cute before lifting him off the ground. In an instant, he and Sven are accepted as part of the troll family. There is no hesitation, no need for introductions, just immediate belonging. This moment suggests several things. First, it confirms that Kristoff was not under the protection of any known human guardians. If he had parents or an assigned caretaker, they would likely have been searching for him by now. The fact that he is wandering the wilderness at night, without anyone looking for him, strongly implies that he has already been on his own for some time. Second, the trolls' readiness to take him in is unusual. Though they possess a deep understanding of human affairs, as seen in their knowledge of Arendelle's royal family, and their ability to heal magical injuries, they do not appear to interact with humans often. Their secrecy and ability to blend into their rocky surroundings suggest that they generally avoid unnecessary involvement with the outside world. Yet with Kristoff, they make an exception. Was this purely an act of kindness, or did they sense something special about him? Trolls are known for their mystical abilities, including the power to see glimpses of the future. Grandpappy, in particular, has shown prophetic insight, as seen when he warns Elsa's parents about the dangers of her magic. Could it be that the trolls knew Kristoff would one day play an important role in the events to come? The film never answers these questions directly, but one thing is clear. Kristoff was not just a lost child who happened to be in the right place at the right time. There was something about him, whether his fate, his spirit, or a deeper connection to the world of magic, that made the trolls choose to raise him as their own. With Kristoff now under the care of a mystical, secretive species, the next chapter will explore the trolls' relationship with humans and why they took in only one child rather than others who may have been in need. The trolls and their relationship with humans. To understand why Kristoff was an exception, we must first examine how trolls interact with humans in the Frozen universe. The trolls are reclusive creatures who live hidden away in the Valley of the Living Rock, far from human civilization. Their ability to disguise themselves as ordinary boulders suggests that secrecy is essential to their way of life. Despite this, they are not completely disconnected from the human world. Their knowledge of Arendelle's royal family is one of the clearest signs that they have interacted with humans before. When young Anna is brought to Grandpappy after Elsa's accidental blast of ice magic, he recognizes the situation immediately and does not hesitate to offer his help. He also speaks to the king and queen with familiarity, as if they are not strangers. This implies that the trolls have been aware of human affairs for quite some time, possibly even generations. Yet, despite this awareness, they do not seem to take an active role in human society. There is no indication in Frozen or Frozen 2 that trolls ever interfere in human conflicts, politics, or day-to-day life. They possess great wisdom and magical abilities, yet they remain hidden, surfacing only when absolutely necessary. This raises a compelling question. If they know about humans, why don't they help more often? This makes Kristoff's adoption even more remarkable. If trolls have such a careful approach to human interaction, why did they take in a lone human child? And more importantly, why Kristoff, when there must have been countless other orphans or lost children throughout history? One possibility is that the trolls typically avoid raising humans because doing so could expose their existence. If word spread that a group of magical rock creatures was sheltering a human child, people might have come searching for them. Given their secretive nature, it would make sense that they wouldn't risk drawing attention unless they had a compelling reason. Another theory is that they only intervene when fate demands it. The trolls seem to possess a deep understanding of destiny, particularly Grandpappy, who has the ability to foresee potential dangers and future events. If Kristoff was abandoned or lost like many other children before him, why did the trolls choose to take him in? Perhaps they sensed that he was meant to play a key role in future events. Kristoff's eventual involvement with Anna, Elsa, and the fate of Arendelle may not have been mere coincidence. The trolls may have understood, either through magical foresight or an intuitive sense of destiny, that Kristoff would be needed one day. Whether they knew he would help Anna on her journey, or simply sensed that his life was intertwined with something greater, their decision to adopt him suggests that they saw something significant in him. The trolls' cautious relationship with humans makes Kristoff's adoption an even bigger anomaly. If they do not normally interfere, what was it about him that made them break this unspoken rule? In the next chapter, we will explore whether Kristoff's fate was predetermined and if his connection to Anna and Elsa was written long before they ever met. Was Kristoff destined to help Anna and Elsa? If Kristoff's adoption by the trolls was not a random act of kindness, then what was the deeper reason behind it? The idea that he was simply a lost child in need of a home is possible, but it does not fully explain why the trolls, who rarely involve themselves in human affairs, chose him specifically. One prevailing theory is that Kristoff was meant to play a crucial role in Anna and Elsa's lives. Given the trolls' mystical abilities and deep understanding of fate, it is not unreasonable to think that they may have foreseen his importance long before it was realized. The strongest piece of evidence supporting this theory is the trolls' song, Fixer Upper. Although framed as a lighthearted number about Kristoff's quirks, the lyrics suggest something much deeper, an understanding of love and its power to change people's lives. The trolls may have already known that Kristoff's future was intertwined with Anna's, even before either of them realized it themselves. The way they eagerly push Anna and Kristoff together in the song suggests more than just playful matchmaking. It hints at knowledge of an inevitable connection. Grandpappy's role in guiding the royal family further supports the idea that Kristoff's adoption was more than mere chance. In Frozen, he is the one who warns Elsa's parents about her powers and the need to teach her control. In Frozen 2, he provides crucial information about the past, leading Anna and Elsa to uncover the truth about their family's history. If he had the wisdom to understand Elsa's destiny, it is possible that he also knew Kristoff would be essential to Anna's journey. Kristoff's character traits also align with themes explored in Frozen 2, particularly the film's focus on nature, balance, and elemental forces. He has a deep connection to the wilderness, spending most of his life among animals rather than people. His bond with Sven is one of mutual trust and understanding, and he is shown to be more at ease in the natural world than in human society. This mirrors the elemental themes of Frozen 2, where nature plays a central role in the story. Kristoff's ability to communicate with and respect the wild suggests that he fits into the larger forces at play in the world of Frozen. Could it be that Kristoff was chosen by the trolls because he was destined to be part of something bigger? If so, it raises even more questions about fate and free will in the Frozen universe. Was Kristoff always meant to meet Anna? Did the trolls guide him toward his future? Or did they simply recognize something in him that made him worthy of being part of their family? The possibility that Kristoff's life was shaped by destiny adds another layer of depth to his character. He may have started as a lonely boy in the wilderness, but his journey led him to something far greater, a role that would help determine the future of Arendelle. If the trolls saw this potential in him, it would explain why they took in only one human child, and why that child ultimately became one of the most important figures in Anna and Elsa's lives. With destiny playing such a significant role, another mystery remains. What happened to Kristoff's real family? In the next chapter, we will explore the unanswered questions about his origins and whether there are hidden clues about where he came from. The mystery of Kristoff's parents. Another question remains: where did Kristoff come from before the trolls found him? While his life with the trolls is well established, his origins before that moment are never explained. The Frozen films provide no clues about his biological family, leaving his past open to speculation. Was he abandoned? Did something tragic happen to his parents? Or was there something unique about his background that made him an ideal candidate for the trolls to take in? The strongest clue about Kristoff's past is his presence near the ice harvesters at the beginning of Frozen. He is clearly familiar with their trade, mimicking their techniques despite his small size. This suggests that he had spent time around ice workers before, possibly even growing up among them. If this is the case, then his parents may have been part of the ice trade. One theory is that Kristoff was orphaned due to an accident, which was not uncommon in physically demanding jobs like ice harvesting. If his parents were ice cutters, it is possible they perished while working in dangerous conditions, leaving Kristoff without a family. Given his young age, it is unlikely that he would have been able to continue working among the harvesters on his own, which could explain why he was seen working alone rather than being part of an organized group. Another possibility is that Kristoff's parents abandoned him, either by choice or due to unfortunate circumstances. The fact that none of the ice harvesters acknowledge him or appear to be responsible for him suggests that he was already without family by the time the events of Frozen take place. If he had been separated from his parents or left behind intentionally, it would explain why no one in Arendelle ever comes looking for him. A more intriguing theory is that Kristoff's family had a deeper connection to Arendelle's magical past. While this idea is not confirmed, Frozen 2 establishes that there is a long history of hidden magic in the world, particularly involving the Northuldra people. The Northuldra, who have a deep connection to nature and elemental forces, live separately from Arendelle due to past conflicts. Kristoff's natural affinity for the wilderness, his ability to communicate with reindeer, and his outsider status in Arendelle could hint at a possible link to these people. Although Frozen 2 does not suggest that Kristoff is of Northuldra descent, his unexplained past leaves room for speculation. If his parents had ties to the enchanted forest or the magical traditions of the North, it could explain why he was left to survive on his own and why the trolls, creatures of ancient magic themselves, took an interest in him. Despite all these theories, the films never answer the mystery of Kristoff's origins. His lack of a human family makes his adoption by the trolls even more significant. Unlike Anna and Elsa, who are defined by their royal lineage and heritage, Kristoff's past is a blank slate, making him a true outsider in the world of Arendelle. This may be part of why he fits so well into the story. He has no ties to any kingdom or power structure, making his love for Anna a purely personal and genuine connection rather than one influenced by duty or tradition. Without official confirmation, Kristoff's origins remain one of the biggest unanswered questions in the Frozen universe. What is certain, however, is that his adoption by the trolls changed the course of his life forever. The next chapter will explore why, despite this unique bond, the trolls did not take in more human children, suggesting that Kristoff's case was truly one of a kind. Why the trolls didn't raise more humans? If Kristoff was adopted so easily, why don't we see other humans raised by trolls? The trolls clearly have the means to care for a human child, as Kristoff grows up healthy, strong, and well-adjusted, despite being raised by a species entirely different from his own. Yet throughout both Frozen and Frozen 2, Kristoff remains the only known human to have been taken in by them. One explanation is that the trolls rarely interfere in human affairs. They live hidden away in the Valley of the Living Rock, and their ability to blend in with their surroundings suggests they prefer to remain unseen. While they possess knowledge of Arendelle's royal family and have interacted with humans before, their involvement is always limited to moments of great significance, such as healing Anna or offering guidance about Elsa's powers. They do not appear to take an active role in human society, which implies that they generally avoid direct intervention unless absolutely necessary. Kristoff may have been a unique case. His circumstances likely played a role in their decision to take him in. He was already an orphan or abandoned child, which meant there was no risk of someone coming to reclaim him. His bond with Sven also may have set him apart, as the trolls appear to value connections between living creatures. Since he and Sven were already inseparable, the trolls may have seen them as a pair that could thrive within their community. Beyond Kristoff's specific circumstances, another reason the trolls may not have raised more humans is the inherent challenge of doing so. A human child growing up in a troll society would eventually have to interact with the outside world. Trolls have their own customs, behaviors, and way of life, none of which are compatible with human society. While Kristoff was able to integrate into human life as an ice harvester, this transition may not have been easy. If the trolls had taken in more humans, they would have faced the difficult task of preparing them for a world they were never truly part of. The fact that Kristoff did not remain with the trolls as an adult suggests that they always knew he would need to find his own place among humans. Though they raised him with love, they did not try to keep him isolated. Instead, they let him follow his own path, which eventually led him to Anna and a new life in Arendelle. This may explain why they do not take in more humans. It is not their role to raise people, only to guide them when the time is right. Kristoff's upbringing remains an anomaly in the Frozen universe, making him one of the most unique characters in the story. While his childhood with the trolls shaped who he became, his journey ultimately led him to find love, family, and a home among humans. In the next chapter, we will bring together everything we have explored and examine, whether Kristoff's fate was guided by destiny or simply the result of a remarkable twist of fate. Kristoff's upbringing by the trolls remains one of Frozen's greatest mysteries. Was he merely a lost child who happened to stumble upon the right magical beings at the right time? Or was there something bigger at play? Perhaps a destiny that tied him to the royal sisters of Arendelle? While Disney has never given a definitive answer, the clues point to Kristoff being more than just a random orphan. Whether through fate, magic, or pure luck, he became the only human to be raised by trolls, and that alone makes his story unique. What about you? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, please smash the like and subscribe button. It would mean the world for us. Also, you can check out other videos on our channel if you want to binge. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.